In this video, I'm going to talk about the components of a computer system, how an instruction is being executed by those components, and how an instruction is being represented inside a computer system. So let's get started. As you can see, this is the diagram which is showing you the basic components of a computer system. So here we are having the CPU is there, which is central processing unit, the brain of a computer system. Then we are having this IO module is there. It controls the IO devices through which we provide input to the computer and get output from the computer. And then we are having this main memory is there, which is nothing but RAM of a computer system. Its job is to store things in it while the execution is being done. Now here, as you can see, that I have shown multiple blocks and I have used abbreviations for that, and also here I have given the full form of all the abbreviations over here. Now let's quickly understand what the job of all these parts is, and then we'll understand how an instruction is being executed by these parts. So here we are having this PC is there inside CPU. So this PC stands for program counter. This stores the next instruction which needs to be executed. Then we are having this IR is there. It stands for instruction register. Now this stores the currently being executed instruction. Then we are having this execution unit. This unit is responsible for the execution of the instructions. Then we are having this MAR is there. It stands for memory address register. Now this stores the address of the particular instruction or data which needs to be executed or processed, which is there inside the main memory. Then we are having this MBR, which stands for memory buffer register. Now this MBR stores that data which needs to be transferred to the main memory, or which is right now being fetched from the main memory for the processor for the processing of the instruction. Then we are having this IO AR is there. It stands for input output address register. Now this stores the address of the particular input output device which is currently being operated by the CPU. Then we are having this IO BR is there. It stands for input output buffer register. Now this stores the data which needs to be transferred to the input output device, or the data which is currently being transferred from IO module to the CPU. And here you can see that this main memory is there. It is being divided into particular segments where each segment can store either instruction or data at a particular time. Then we are having this IO module is there. It is responsible for coordinating all the input output devices which are connected to the computer system. And the inside IO module we are having this buffer is there. This is a temporary storage for storing the data of which is coming from the input output devices. And this, you can see this line over here, this is called as system bus. Now this is nothing but electrical lines which is used for transfer of instructions or data from one location to the other inside the computer system. Now let's understand how an instruction is being represented inside a computer system. Then we'll see how these components execute that particular instruction. So this is how an instruction is being represented inside the computer system. So this whole instruction is being divided into two parts, where one part is for the opcode and the other is for the address. This opcode here stands for operation code. This tells what operation needs to be performed, and by that I mean maybe addition operation or maybe copying of data. All those things is considered under the operations. Then we are having this address. Let's say, for example, let's say the opcode is here for addition. So for addition we need two values, and the address and those two values will be obviously stored inside the main memory. So how we'll get the address of those two values? Through this part of the instruction. Okay, now let's see how an instruction is being executed by these computer components. So let's say these are the two instructions which needs to be executed by the CPU, where this first instruction is being stored, let's say, in this particular address of the main memory. This second instruction is being stored inside this particular address of the main memory. So as I said, that program counter stores the next instruction which needs to be executed. So as there is no such instruction is there inside the CPU, so this first instruction will be considered as the next instruction. So what PC will do is it will go to memory address register and will get the address of this particular instruction and will go to that address and will fetch that instruction from that address and loads onto it PC. Okay, then PC what does is it quickly then transfer that instruction to IR, because as I said, IR contains the currently being executed instruction. So as you can see that this program counter is free right now, so it will check quickly that whether any next instruction is there or not inside the main memory. So it sees, okay, one instruction is there, so what it will do is it will go to MAR and will get the address of that particular instruction, which is this one, and it will go to that particular address and will get that instruction from there and will load onto it. Okay, now let's move on to the execution. So the execution of this instruction will be done by the execution unit. So execution unit will go to the instruction register and will get the instruction, which is this one, and after it loads that instruction, it will check or it will interpret that instruction and will get to know that what that instruction is telling. So it will see, okay, and one opcode is there, it will interpret that opcode. So let's say this opcode is telling that addition needs to happen or addition needs to be done. So for that we need two values and the address of that value is being stored over here. So what execution unit will do is it will tell MBR, which is responsible for storing the data, it will tell that I want those two values right now. So what this MBR does is it goes to MAR and will get the address of the two data which is stored inside the main memory. And let's say these are the two datas which needs to be fetched, and let's say these two datas are residing over here. Let's say this data is residing at this address and this data is residing at this address. So MBR will get the address of these two values which is written over here from this MAR, and then MBR will fetch those two values and will store those two values onto it. Okay, and then it tells execution unit, okay, I have fetched the value. Then it takes that value from MBR and do the operation according to the opcode, which is addition, and let's say after the addition we get this single value. Okay, so after this operation is done, means this instruction has been successfully completed. So this instruction is being thrown out from the CPU. Okay, now now you can see that IR is free. So what program then this IR goes to PC and get that instruction which needs to be executed next, and it's loaded onto the IR. Then execution unit goes to IR and get that instruction and interprets that instruction, what that instruction is telling. So let's say this time this opcode is telling the CPU to transfer the result which we got after the addition of this instruction, this particular instruction, and store that to this particular address which is written in this particular section. So then what it does is this execution unit transfer that data to this MBR. As I said that this MBR contains the data which needs to be transferred to the main memory or that data which needs to be fetched from the main memory. So it transfers that data to the main memory, and then this MBR gets that address, this address from the MAR, and goes to that particular address where that data needs to be stored, and let's say this is this address, and then it stores that data to this particular address. After this operation is done, means this instruction has also successfully been completed or executed. Now this execution unit sees that there is nothing left inside the IR, means no such instruction is waiting. So means the execution of the whole instruction is done.